That was Terry Johnson. He was in the science department, but he was still a member of the Norris Community Club, and he would come out but MacArthur, he was the one that would speak with people like Dr. Lewinthal and some of the other dignitaries out here that was on campus, and we would get information from them in order to when we come up with a little problem that we didn't understand, well, we would go to guys from the campus out here, like that was Dr. Brewer back during the time. He was one that he would work with us. And that was Mr. Moore, Ivan Moore. He would work with us and give us advice. Ronnie Brooks, of course, Ronnie Brooks, he was over the Upward Bound program here on campus. And he and some of his students would come over sometimes and help us out on certain things that we needed. You know, that we didn't understand. You know, it's a lot of stuff come up when you start going politically. That shoot, the words and things like that, you don't understand the meaning of it. But you had college students out here that did.
What were you guys reviewing that you were trying to get a better handle on?
Well, the overall program, trying to improve the community.
Okay.
All around, in all areas.
So that meant looking at some government documents and surveys and
yes.
things? Okay.
Because, see, some of our people would be having a problem with their property taxes. Mm-hmm. And, of course, you know, I'm not in that field. I didn't know that much about that. So, and depending on certain meetings, that would make our meetings important. That we were going to discuss how you could better hold on to your property and the things that you should do in order to keep your property. If you was going to purchase some property, or if you needed to have a home or something built on your property, well, then you would have to talk to people that were in that field and knew what and how to go about helping you to get a loan. Mm-hmm. Well, we would. A lot of we had some interesting meetings. I weren't the only one that would speak at the meetings, you know. I would just talk with people and try and get them there and let them know what we needed all over in the community to learn and to know in order to make ourselves more active, actually, in city affairs, as well as being able to apply yourself and, you know, the things you should do to keep the policemen from just on top of you all the time, you know. And if they did, well, some of the things that you should say to them to let them know and how and who to report them to, you know, things like that. And,
did the NAACP have a role in any of that kind of stuff?
No, the NAACP at that time. The only time that I would use the NAACP was in words and use the threat that I would call in the NAACP on certain things if they didn't respond to helping us out and the problem. They knew that they was wrong, and well, then they would kind of see things our way and come on in.
So they listened when you said that we're going to...
When you bring up the NAACP, which I let them know, I said, well, I see.
Would you work through the local Democratic committee?
Yes, Democratic committee, yes. Over in Greenville, we used to meet over. They would meet over there, and yes, and not only that, I would speak a lot of times on behalf of the Democratic Party. Yeah, that's what you're speaking of, the Democratic Party, right? Yeah, yeah. Democratic chairman of the Democratic Party. Oh, I can't tell you. I forget his name now. But anyway, Marion's wife, she still worked for them out at their house out there. And of course, Mr. Moore, you know, he was a member of the Democratic Party. And I had a pamphlet that had all the names on it because, you know, it had the dates and things that we would meet, you know, on certain things.
So that I'd like to go back to the speakers and other, you know, lessons to just sort of negotiate community affairs, like what you suggested regarding, you know, if you are hassled, here's some of the ways to negotiate the system. It's complicated. City politics are complicated, and they're very opaque. It's very difficult to know what's.
Yes, that's correct.
Tax codes and stuff too.
Well, now, we would and many times I would just go down to City Hall, and some of the well, now Commissioner Bell, for instance, and that was a lawyer, Ferris. Yes. Now he was
city attorney.
Yeah, he was city attorney, but because he used to read all the documents and things, mostly for him, when he was. I'll be in meetings there. You know, they come up with a new project that they were going to try and shoot. He would do the reading of that for them, and to where they could get a better understanding of it, you know. And I mean, he would read just like he was talking to you. I don't know. That man had and he still, I think, that short. Because he'd go down now sometime. I saw him here not too long ago down in his office. Well, his office, but he had this other lawyer was working there at his office for him. But he and I was talking. He said, "Yes, I have to come down sometime straight around." I said, "You know how these youngsters are." But he's a highly intelligent man. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's neat.
But no, when things like that would come up, well, either I'd go out to if I had a speech or something other that I had to make, or how to a certain way to address the audience. Where I would go out and talk with Dr. Talbot, Dave Arlington Talbot. I'd go out there and he would talk a lot of times, and we would talk for a long time, and he would just fix me up with what I needed. And say, you know, get up to now, do you understand now what? And we would talk, and I said, I certainly understand it. Yes, and I would write down some of it that it was difficult for me to remember. But I would write it down and go out. And then when I addressed the audience, I would try and keep the composure that he would tell me that I needed to do, and how to. You know, it's important that you look at a person when you're talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially business. And of course, I learned that way back, from some of it, Dr. Talbot and Dr. Mainly, I think was Dr. Talbot. He was the one that would, because I think he would teach that out here at the university or something. But I know it's a lot of people here have touched many lives out here at the community, you know. The man but of course he read all the time. And he told me, he says, that's one of the important ways of learning things. He said, you've just got to read different materials.
Would he pass titles on to you?
Titles of
the books that he thought were really important.
Some of the books, yes, some, but of course I
yeah.
But he says it's real important for you to read a lot and study. And of course you're not going to absorb all of it, but he says it's still stored in your memory. So when you need